Hey guys, what's going on? Back with another Cold War Zombies video. And for this one, I just want to take some time out before the Season 2 Reloaded update that's going to drop in a few hours. Today's March 29th about, and we're going to get an update, and in that update it's going to be the new Outbreak map, Sanatorium, and we're supposed to be getting some intel in Sanatorium when you probably do missions or challenges and you're going to unlock intel. So I want to talk about the chances of Kino Der Toten and Tranzit coming in Cold War. Of course, Kino Der Toten is really important. And for the last few months and years, there's stuff that I've found and solved that the zombies community doesn't know about. And in the past, I used to just kind of hand deliver the answers to the big zombie YouTube channels. But now I just decided to upload it on my own, and whoever finds it or searches for it end up knowing more stuff than the average person. So in this, I'm going to go over Kino Der Toten just in case if we get it. And Kino is really important in terms of Tranzit because Kino and Tranzit kind of are linked together, and it's stuff that people haven't solved, I guess, in the last few years since these maps were released. And it's something that I actually am really impressed. It's something that Treyarch and Call of Duty hid very well. And before I go any further, you just have to be a little bit familiar with the entire Zombies universe, including Infinite Warfare, because if you guys probably know, the Afterlife movie theater that's owned by Willard Wyler is very similar to the Kino Der Toten movie theater, and they're a little bit connected, maybe in a different universe. So I'm going to show you and compare. I'm actually going to go out in the lobby. So I'm going to show you and compare, and this is just information that, again, it's going to be important to find out if we're going to get Tranzit in Cold War, because what people don't know or didn't solve within the 10 years that the maps have been out, again, it's similar to what Lee Ross Infinite Warfare did and Infinity War did with their story. It's the same exact thing. That's why I even mentioned in a video not too long ago that it's hard to believe that Treyarch is going to repeat the same story or the same, I guess, plan or roadmap that they did in the previous Black Ops 1, 2, and 3 storyline, because this movie right here, and it's the same thing that Infinite Warfare did. They put movie posters on their wall. So that one's called Pygmalion, and I've mentioned this before, and this one is called Faust. And there actually is another one with a battleship, which that one, I'm not sure what happened with that one, which is called Die Bismarck. That might have been something that was going to come down the road, but maybe Jason Blundell ended up changing. But as far as, and I don't want to move around too much to kind of, so you guys don't get sick or seasick or motion sickness. But again, Pygmalion and Faust were, and Kino Der Toten, even though I'm on the Zombie Chronicles Black Ops 3 version, but those two movies, similarly to what Lee Ross did, were going to give you or hint towards what was coming down the road. So and again, if we don't get a Kino in Cold War, I know this is a little bit confusing, so I'm just hoping that everybody knows who Lee Ross, everybody played Infinite Warfare, and everybody played Kino Der Toten, and everybody played Cold War, and is familiar with everything, how it all kind of intertwines and interlocks together. So Pygmalion and Faust are two movies in real life, but it hinted in the zombie storyline what was coming down the road. Same thing with Infinite Warfare. You had the Beast from Beyond. You had the map on the beach. You had zombies in Spaceland, and all those movie posters in their story did the same thing. And again, this is why it's important when we get the new update. If it's saying that a movie theater exists in Berlin, I'm talking about in Sanatorium or Intel that's coming. If it says a movie theater exists in Germany, or it's hinting towards a Kino remake, that hopefully that means we're going to get a Tranzit because Pygmalion is what Transit, Buried, and Die Rise were based off of. It's a real life movie. That movie is called Metropolis, and everything in Metropolis, it's a 1926 silent movie. And then again, might add to why or explain why the Tag to Toten Easter egg song had no lyrics to it, because it could be a possibility that we were supposed to get Transit on disc. But so let's pretend we're in Cold War and we're in the New Berlin map and we're inside Kino Der Toten. If there's movie posters on the wall, those movie posters will ultimately hint at what's coming down the road, maybe in Black Ops 6, or maybe in Cold War, or maybe in Zombie Chronicles 2. So hopefully that makes sense. So again, if you're watching this and you haven't seen me talk about it before, I did make separate videos explaining all this, probably in a little bit better detail. But Pygmalion was Black Ops 2, a little bit of Black Ops 3, and the director made the real life movie that Black Ops 2 and a little bit Black Ops 3 was based off of. Faust was the story of Shadows of Evil and Black Ops 3. So let's pretend, and I probably should have did this in the Black Ops 1 version. So we're in Black Ops 1. We get these movie posters that hint towards what's coming in Black Ops 2. And this one hinted to what's coming in Black Ops 3. Kind of like I said, on a grander scale compared to Infinite Warfare Zombies and Lee Ross, where in the Afterlife Theater, it hinted towards the DLCs that we were going to get. So again, let's pretend we're in Cold War. Wow, we're playing Germany, Berlin, Germany, and we're in Kino Der Toten. And then there's a whole different poster here and a whole different poster here. Those two posters are ultimately going to hint, hopefully if it's Pygmalion and hopefully if it's Faust, then we're probably going to get maybe a Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3 remaster, another Zombie Chronicles maybe with the other maps, or we're just going to get, more Transit, Buried, Die Rise games. And if Faust is there, we're probably going to repeat that. I'm thinking, and this is going to be huge, going off, put my neck on the line, so to speak. I believe, and that was the way that I was hoping Treyarch would do it, or hoping was intended, is we get some hint of actual Infinite Warfare in here. Like if we have Willard Wyler movies in Cold War Berlin, that would be pretty awesome. But if we don't, worst case, we get a Pygmalion poster, which is going to hint at Transit coming down the road. And that maybe we'll get a Faust hinting at maybe it linking to Infinite Warfare. So that's what I'm hoping and explaining to people. This might actually be like mind blowing to people that haven't seen it. The only other thing that keep in mind how many hints are given in the game and stuff like that. This actually looked like a Blight Father, so I was wondering if you see like the four legs and it's tall and lanky. So many stuff was hinting probably in the Zombie Chronicles also, but that definitely looks like a Blight Father, how it walks on four legs, and it's pretty tall up. So that was probably a hint to the Chaos story and Blight Father. Don't think anything else was really put in here. Sorry, I'm just like literally just scratching my head. I say this all the time. That was just one thing that I noticed a couple days ago. I don't think I noticed anything else that might have hinted at the Chaos story, or anything like that. I don't think there's any alchemy stuff in here. The movie clips ended up being the same. I think that hinted to Tag Der Toten. But as far as Chaos stuff, I don't think there was anything else. The house being the same. But that did look in some crazy way like a Blight Father. Don't think there was anything else. There is actually a way to no clip, but I was going to do a separate no clip video for this one. But I won't show you how to do that until maybe later. But again, if that makes sense to people. How did I just get lost? I totally went the wrong way. So again, just a quick little recap, and I'm hoping that makes sense. So let's pretend we're in Cold War, and we are in Berlin, and Berlin's a huge outbreak map, maybe. And we were in the movie theater. There's a movie theater in there. If we get a Pygmalion poster, definitely guarantees or would confirm that Transit is coming, because this Pygmalion movie, the real life one, was what Transit Buried in Diaries was based off of. And I mean, it probably DLC 4 would have probably given us a bigger reveal, but of course Jason Blundell took over and did his own continuation of the story, I guess, killing off the Victus crew and bringing back the Primus and Ultimus crew. This one, again, Black Ops 3 was based off of that. We know that, and you should know that. And then Jason Blundell, which also was a director for Infinite Warfare, used the Faust story in that also. I never really even looked at any of this stuff up close. I just know that this is what Transit is based off of. So that'll be the big clue if we get a Transit remake or remaster or an Outbreak version of Transit. Everything, again, is very similar to what they did in Infinite Warfare, how the movie posters in the Afterlife Theater hinted at what we were getting for the DLCs in IW Zombies. I don't think I'm going to drag this out any longer, because that's pretty much it, unless people clip and find other stuff. But that was something that I've known for a couple years now. Figure I'd reintroduce it, let people know. That definitely has to be a Blightfather, because that is kind of like all over the map. You know what, too? I actually won't even get into that, because it's going to sound pretty crazy. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that I know that I haven't told people. But that Blightfather being in the Ether story probably can be explained a certain way, which I won't go into it. But that definitely, and then that, see, I don't want to get into that and make it sound like it's a bunch of theories. But I wonder if that was what Titanic was supposed to be based on. But then they changed a couple things. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. I'll see you guys later.